to talk about the Rams playoffs hopes is on life support. Yes, currently right now we are the 9th seed with our loss to the Niners. We have a game coming up against Tampa, against Arizona, against New Orleans, then Kansas City, Seattle. But we'll talk about that. But again, these next 3 games are so important because right now we are 3-3. Our 3 wins have come against. Sorry, we're 3-4, but we're 3-3 in our conference games. And one of those losses is to Dallas. And you know what? Here, let me bring up the playoff tree here to help make my point here before I start rambling on too much. Just because there is urgency for the Rams here. And I know this might sound crazy, but like if you want any hope at a title defense, you got to win some games. Hot take. Let me just make sure you guys can see that. Okay. Yes. Okay. So the Rams playoff hopes are on life support here. If you look at, we're looking at the NFC here. So if you look here, you have your division leaders, but then for the wild card, you have the Cowboys, the Giants, who are both 6-2, and the Rams lost to the Giants or to the Cowboys, and then because the 49ers are in the 7th seed now, if we tie records with the 49ers, they would get in ahead of us. So unfortunately, we're in a situation, we're down here, we're the 9th seed, where we do need other teams ahead of us to lose. Now, I'm confident the Washington Commanders can lose. I can see it happening. The Niners, they play really good against the Rams, but we'll see how good they do against some of their other opponents. The Giants and the Cowboys, I think they're going to be there in the dance. So you're really hoping that one of these wild card teams can fall out. I don't want to totally write off the division, but respectfully so, that the Seahawks are kind of the front runners for it right now. But in our current state, we just have to worry about making the wild card. Now, if the Buccaneers beat us this week, that's a big loss. So that's kind of these next 3 games there are huge must-win games, because if we win them, we'll be 6-4, but also that would mean we have 6 conference wins. And the reality is we only have, like, if I'm looking at the schedule here, the only NFC conference games we have left are the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the Cardinals, the Saints, the Seahawks twice, and Green Bay. And then the rest of our games that we play in those 10 games are against the AFC West. We're playing the Broncos, the Chargers, the Raiders, and the Chiefs. So really, like, it is desperation time. The season is on life support. Now, that's the fun part about football, is that even when you're on your season's on life support, something can kick in. Other teams losing can impact the playoff tree. But the reality is, if the Rams want any hope of making the playoffs, we got to win some games, and we can't just keep winning one, losing one, winning one, losing one. We need a winning streak. And so I'm really hoping these next 3 games, if the Rams can try and save this season by beating the Buccaneers, which I think is doable. We need to sweep the Cardinals, which is, I believe, doable. And I think we can beat New Orleans. We do have to go to New Orleans on the road, so that's never an easy outing. But they seem to have some drama of their own going on. But I'm telling you, if the Rams are going to make the playoffs, these next 3 games are so important. Because if we drop even 1 or 2 of them, I think it sets us back in the wild card standings a significant amount in this NFC, just the way that it's playing out. So let me know in your comments what you think about the playoff race. It's something I enjoy as a football fan, tracking, always seeing like, okay, like, is my team in the playoffs if it were to end today? Or is it, are we too far out? Are we starting to think about draft picks next year? And I'm not there yet. I'm still hoping the Rams make the playoffs, still cheering them on. But let me know your thoughts in the comments.